Okay, in this video lecture, I'm going to explain about the on-delay timer instruction in TIA Portal. Basically, in this video, I'm going to cover everything you need to know about the on-delay timer in programming the PLC. Okay, here we are in TIA Portal project view. Here I'm going to use the PLC CPU 1215 C-type PLC. Let's go to the main program block. Okay, timer on-delay timer instruction is listed under timer operations. Once you expand this timer tab, you can see the different type of timers are available in here. Here you can see the on-delay timer. If you want to add this timer to your project, you can double click or you can drag and drop in here. Okay, then it asks to create the instant data block. To operate the timer, it creates the separate data block. It's called the instant data block. That means the instant data block is store the data required to operate the timer. So that means the timer elapsed time, timer output bit, timer preset time. So everything is stored in a separate data block called the instant timer data block. So you can give custom name for the data block. So here I'm going to give as timer 1. Click OK. Okay, this is the timer. Then here you can see the created data instant data block under the system block. Expand the system block, then the program resources, you can see the created instant data block. These are the data is stored in this instant data block: the preset time, the elapsed time, the input time start bit, and the time output. To operate the timer, you can see we have to give the timer start bit and also the timer preset time. That means the time it delayed. So that means the on delay timer mean it delayed to switch on. So that delay in time we have to give. It's called the preset time. The elapsed time mean the timer current value. Then the output is given by the Q port. Okay. Before we are going to use this timer in this program, let's see the timer detail in the help view. Go to the portal view, then go to the help. Let's type the basic instructions. The basic instructions is S7-1200 time operations. Under the time operation, we need the on delay timer. Then you can see the description of the timer. Okay, and the here this is the most important one, the timing diagram. This timing diagram explain how the timer operates. Okay, here you can see this is the timer, this the timer name, and timer input enabling port, and the preset time, elapsed time, and the timer output. Here you can see input goes high at the rising edge, timer start is timer counting. You can see the timer elapsed time, the gradually increases. You can see. Okay, when the timer elapsed time reaches to the preset time, the time that we set, you can see timer overflow and it gives output from the queue. You can see when the timer enabling bit goes low, you can see a timer overflow bit also goes low, and also the timer current value also goes to low, goes to 0. Then here you can see another enabling bit goes high situation, but it this time duration is not enough to trigger the timer. You can see timer in this situation also timer increase its counting, but it not reaches to its threshold value, the preset time value. That's why it not gives output. You can see at the rising edge of the input enabling signal, the timer start its timer counting. You can see it increases, but it not reaches to the threshold value. Before it reaches to the threshold value, it timer enabling bit input bit goes low. So the again you can see the elapsed time, that means the current value of the timer goes to 0. Then you can see another rising edge of the input signal. You can see at the rising edge it start its counting. You can see when it reaches to the threshold value preset time, it gives output from the queue. This is the operation of the timer. You can understand the operation of the timer using this timing diagram. Okay, let's write simple program and let's try to obtain this timing diagram. Okay, let's go to the project view. Okay, Then timer enabling bit, I'm going to give it using the signal. I'm going to give it using the memory bit M0.0. Let's take. So I'm going to rename it as start. Okay, change. Okay, then the preset time, the time that you want to delay. So if you are giving the number alone, for example 600, it will take as the millisecond. If you want to give it in a second, we have to type the S. For example, I want the 6 second delay timer, so I'm typing the 6 and S, so it take as the 6 second as the delay time. So in the elapsed time, we don't want to give any memory location to store the elapsed time. If you want, you can give memory location to store the elapsed time. Okay, then the time output is given through the queue. You can set any output in here to take the output from the queue, but you can use timer output in any other network. So I'll show how to use that one. Let's take. Okay, then the output. So output we are going to use going to give using a physically available output of the PLC. Let's take. In here you can see under the local modules, you can see all the list input outputs listed in here. You can easily take one of the memory location memory sorry output from this listed output. So I'm going to give this output from the Q0.0, drag and drop it here, so it automatically assign this memory location to the output coil. So let's rename this tag as bulb. Okay, change. Okay, then this is the timer overflow bit. So uh, click and select click on here. So then we are going to select it from the timer instant data block. So go to the timer instant data block, click here. So then Q, this is the one we want, so select this one and enter. You can see the timer overflow bit assigned to this normally open contact. So now program has completed. Okay, let's compile. Okay, program has compiled. You can see the 0 errors. Okay, let's run the program. Start simulation. Okay, okay, it opens the PLC sim software. Okay, let's minimize this one. So first we are going to connect the TIA portal with the PLC sim. Okay, let's load the configured data. Okay, let's start the module. Finish. Okay, let's monitor input outputs. Here you can see this M0.0 initially in low state, so there's no power flow through the M0.0, so no timer counting, so no output from the queue. Okay, so what happens if we change the state of the M0.0 to 1? You can see the timer it's counting the 2 second, 3 second, 4 second. So then when it reaches to the 6 second, you can see the output is given from the timer get overflow, and output is given timer overflow bit Q. You can see the power, there's a power flow developed to the bulb. So what happens if we set it to 0, and immediately the both goes to 0, timer current value and also the time output bit also goes to 0. So then let's obtain the timing diagram for this operation. Yeah, to obtain the timing diagram, and I'm going to use the trace command. Okay, add new trace, double click. Okay, in here first of all we have to select the signal that we want to trace. What are the signal we want to trace? So we have to specify here by clicking here. You can select the signal that you want to trace. Here I'm going to trace the timer current value, and also here the click enter, and also I'm going to trace the timer output bit Q, enter, and let's monitor the timer input bit also. Okay, these are the three signals I'm going to monitor in this trace. Okay, then the sampling, they go to the sampling settings. So sampling with main program, as the default setting, it record every one cycle. We don't want that much of accuracy, so I'm going to select the record uh, of in a 200 cycles, every 200 cycles. Okay, use maximum record duration I'm going to set, that's all. So we are not going to use this trigger command or these settings, that's all. Okay, let's start trigger. Yeah, first we have to transfer configurations to the device. Click here. Okay, so then the tracing window. Okay, then let's click activate recording. Okay, here you can see the three different colors for our three signals: the time elapsed time, the time output, timer enabling bit. Here you can see three different colors. Okay, let's see how these are vary. Then let's open the program. Yeah, let's open the program as well. Let's go to the program. Yeah, so let's split the window. Okay, so I'm going to modify M0.0 to 1. Then you can see timer start counting. Here in this window you can see when the timer enabling bit goes high, it start counting. You can see it start counting, and also you can see when it reaches to the its threshold value, preset time 6 seconds, you can see the timer output bit also goes high. You can see timer output bit, timer enabling bit, and also the timer current value. So what happen if we set M0.0 to 0? When the timer enabling bit goes low, you can see timer current value, and also the timer overflow bit also goes to 0 state. So then let me show it again. Modify to 1. So before reaching to the threshold value, what happen if we goes input signal enabling bit signal to 0? You can see the timer start is counting, but it not reaches to the threshold value, so it not gives any output from the timer. You can see in here. Here I think you can more clear in this diagram. Okay, I think you all got a clear idea about the on delay timing instruction in TIA portal. Okay, thank you. See you on next video.